Hi, my name is Jennifer, and on today's segment we're going to go ahead and demonstrate how to make your precious hands. And in the end result, it's going to look something like this. Now what you want to do first is go ahead and get all your materials ready. The water for your gel, the water for your plaster, the utensils, and your tracing utensil, which I will go over later. To begin first, we're going to go ahead and take the gel pack and just cut it open. And we're just going to mix it in just kind of an old dispensable container so that way we don't ruin any of our good supplies. So we'll just go ahead and pour it in here like this. And take the 6 ounces of water and mix it with the gel. Now in this part, timing is key, and you want to make sure you mix it till all the lumps are gone. But you don't want to wait too long for the lumps to be gone because the gel sets quickly. So we're just mixing. You just kind of want to check to see if it's kind of like a pancake texture, the mixture for that. Okay, just a little bit more. And as we are stirring this, we want to make sure that our kids are ready right next to us. So as soon as we pour, it's ready to go and their hands ready to be placed into the gel. Let's see. So it's just about time. Go ahead and pour that. Set that off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the middle of the tray here, just like a pancake batter, right into the middle. I'm going to go ahead and have Kaylee here place her hand into the middle of the gel, and what she's going to do is she's going to press down firmly but not touching the bottom, just floating your hand like a boat. Okay, and then every few seconds you just want to touch the gel to see if it's setting. And when you know that it's dry, it will no longer stick. Okay, so it looks like our gel's set. It's a nice rubbery texture, and when I touch it, it doesn't come up with my finger. So to remove the hand, what we're going to do first is go ahead and take Kaylee's palm and raise that first and roll her fingertips off. And the imprint should look something like this. Now just to kind of touch it up a little bit, I use this bowl as a tracing utensil, and we're going to go ahead and cut around the gel. So we'll place it around her hands and just kind of take like a plastic utensil and just a little dull knife and just trace around the bowl. And I'll give you a nice circle outline. So when you set the plaster later, it'll look nice. So just kind of cut around here like this. Okay, just go ahead and lift the bowl up. And after that, go ahead and have Kaylee here help me take this off. I'll just put that off to the side. Now in this instance, the hand is in the middle of the tray, and that's exactly where you want it to be. There might be times that you kind of get it at the bottom. Try not lifting up the gel and moving it, just try to keep it right down here. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and get our water for the plaster. You take the plaster. Now what I decided to do was just use a bigger container. If you don't have a dispensable bigger container like this, you can use the bag. If you're going to go ahead and do that, you want to make sure you hold on to the sides of the bag tightly while you're mixing the plaster. But for this instance, we'll go ahead and just pour it all in, like so. And again, with your plastic utensils, just go ahead and kind of mix it up. And with the plaster, you just want to make sure all the lumps are out as you're stirring it. So just give it a good stir and check for lumps. And when you're mixing, kind of feel with the spoon to the bottom of the container to make sure there's no extra powder at the bottom that needs to be mixed in. And just kind of mix it around on the edges, and it's going to be kind of soupy, and that's okay. That's how the plaster should be. So just keep mixing. I just want to make sure I get these lumps out here. Okay, I think it's time. Now, when I pour the plaster, I'm going to pour it into the center of the gel first. And if you realize that there's a little bit of lumps when you're pouring it, that's okay. We're going to go ahead and smooth it out here in just a second. Okay. So the plaster is in your 3D gel. You take the spoon and just kind of smooth it as though you're decorating a cake, just like that. Okay? And now we're just going to go ahead and let that set for about 30 minutes. And when we're ready, we'll go ahead and take off the gel. Okay, and halfway through that 30 minutes, what you want to do is go ahead and take the hook right here, and we're going to place it in here. So we've actually let this settle about 15 minutes, and we're just go ahead and gently place it in there. Just like that. Now it doesn't sink in and it sets right up, and don't want to move it too much, but let me just give you a little good idea of how it should look. Just like that. Okay? In about another 15 minutes, we're going to go ahead and peel off the gel, and I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. Okay, so the 30 minutes has passed, and what you want to do is just go ahead and take a paper towel and just kind of wipe off any extra moisture. And you'll know it's done because it has a chalky feel to it. Okay, so to make it a little easier, just stretch on the side of the plastic, and you'll see it separate from the plaster. Okay, so you can kind of feel that. Just gently place your hand up here against the back, flip it over, and just remove the plastic just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove the gel here. This is what it's going to be just as soon as you take it out of the plastic. Now again, with the plastic utensils that we've been using from before, just go ahead and kind of find a good spot to kind of dig under the gel a little bit. And it should just come off real easy. It'll come off like that. If there's any little extra gel pieces, just go ahead and kind of take those out and clean it up a little bit. And then it's going to look just like this. Now before you start decorating or doing anything else that you want to do with it, what you want to do is let it dry for about 2 days, so that way it's completely dried all the way through, and that way your paint will have a nice finish on that. Okay, so now that we're done with our precious hands, we're just going to go ahead and just show you our final product right here. And this is how yours should be looking right about now, after all those steps that we've taken. And this is just another one that we've waited a little bit longer to decorate. And this one right here is not a hand, but it's actually an infant foot. So that's something else that we've done with precious hands. And you can do anything like that that you want to, become creative with. And other than that, we'll see you for next time.